Thanks for staying with us on DD India. You're watching this special broadcast, Capital Contest, as we get you rolling in live coverage of Delhi Assembly elections. We'll be going across to our DD India reporters across the national capital and also examining the early trends with political analysts joining us in our DD India studio. Remember, as of now, BJP taking a good consolidated lead, but remember, these are just the early trends. Is it going to be BJP scripting some sort of history, making a comeback after more than 2 decades, or is it going to be Aam Aadmi Party vying for the 3rd consecutive term? We will not jump the guns. We will get you the early trends and as they convert it into big numbers. But first up on this special broadcast, here are the top headlines. Counting of votes for Delhi Assembly elections underway. BJP past halfway mark in early trends. In other news, US President Donald Trump to meet his Ukrainian counterpart Zelensky next week, while Ukraine claims North Korean troops back on front line. Israel-Hamas set for next Gaza truce exchange. Hamas to release 3 more hostages in return of 183 Palestinians. And US President Trump freezes aid to South Africa, citing law to seize land. Also plans to announce reciprocal tariffs on many countries next week. Well, the early trends indicate the Bharatiya Janata Party or the BJP, the principal opposition in Delhi, crossing halfway mark in early trends. Remember, these are just the early trends. While Aam Aadmi Party is leading in 25 seats as of now, these are trends. Aam Aadmi Party's day has not really started on a good note, and former Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia and Atashi Marlena are trailing. Atashi, the Chief Minister of Delhi, they are trailing from their seats. Remember, Atashi is contesting from Kalkaji seat. These are early trends. Aam Aadmi Party's key candidates are trailing on their respective seats, while BJP, it seems, has maintained a good consolidated lead as far as early trends are concerned. BJP here hoping to dislodge the well-entrenched Aam Aadmi Party, the current ruling dispensation, from power and form the government in Delhi. Will that happen or not? Well, if that happens, this is going to be history and unprecedented in many ways, making a comeback after 27 years. But these are just the early trends. And as we stay with this big breaking, let's quickly go across to the reporters also, and we'll get a state what you call the comparison analysis as far as the past results are concerned, as Aam Aadmi Party is trailing on key seats. I'm going to quickly go across to my guest in Delhi studio, Sanjay Rana. Sanjay Rana, has this really surprised you? Remember, these are just the trends. We're not jumping the guns. But even if it's a lead, it's a good lead. What does it indicate?
Yeah, absolutely, it's a good lead, but it's not surprising me, to be honest with you, because I was expecting this kind of result. But it's very, very preliminary stage, and we just started. Okay, we have to wait for another 1 or 2 hours to come to the conclusion. But yes.
So let's take a look at this. Now, in 2025, BJP is leading in 44 seats. These are leads which have come out on all 70 seats. Now, this is very interesting, and it is just 9:05 by our studio clock. Results and trends are trickling very fast. The trends, in fact, are trickling very fast. We will have to see how these trends really convert into big numbers in terms of results. In 2020, they were just leading on 8 seats. It's a mammoth jump, uncomparable. That's how it looks like right now. Majority is 36. That's the halfway mark, where you have Aam Aadmi Party as of now doing good on 25 seats, but they are much far behind the BJP. The BJP has maintained this lead on these 44 seats. We'll have to see which seats are these. We'll get those numbers also on your screens. And Congress, on the other hand, which is also, I mean, they have been vying as an opposition here in Delhi. They've just managed to open an account and lead in only 1 seat. Which are these seats? Let's try and do that as well. But meanwhile, Sanjay, make a quick point as we stay with these graphics. Yes.
Yes, very much. As I was mentioning, that this election is very crucial for both the parties, whether BJP and Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party is obviously going to fighting this election for maintaining their legacy, which they have been from in 2013. And obviously, if you look at the Bharatiya Janata Party, obviously they want to come back in the power after 27 years. So yes, well settled, I would say, narrative has been set by Bharatiya Janata Party. And as mentioned, obviously in your show earlier as well, that the party is absolutely very strategical, and they make each and every step in the strategical movement and executing the plan which they have. And
it's like a sort of saffron surge as of now, even if these are early trends. These are early trends. You know, trends there could be a reversal also, whether these trends are going to actually translate into wins for the BJP or not, and vice versa for the Aam Aadmi Party. For that, we'll have to wait and watch. But if you look at the map of Delhi and the kind of saffron spread that we see, it's a bit of a south and bit of an east as well. What are these constituencies, if you could just locate it on the maps?
When you look at the Delhi map, obviously, as we mentioned, it's a saffron. Everywhere is a Bhagwa, I would say, in Hindi. So yes, people are believing in the Hinduism, obviously Sanatan. And second thing is, not only in the vote, they are voting for the Sanatan, they are voting for the development. Please understand, it's very important for whether it's people of Delhi or national-wide I'm talking about. People have seen the performance of Bharatiya Janata Party as a Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, has delivered in last 10 years. Obviously, 11th years is going on. So whatever the promises he had made, he's delivered it. But you compare with the Aam Aadmi Party, they made a couple of promises when they were in power. They came into the power, what kind of promises they could not able to deliver a single thing so far. So from 15 to 28th.
Compare these two maps. What I want, can we go back to the map, please? Because the kind of spread that we see, yes, the kind of spread that we see in 2025, it's like except for the north, you know, you've taken a part of south, you're comfortable in east as well as west, central Delhi, I think, barring few areas. So the leads are kind of, you know, spreading out in Delhi region.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're comparing with the 2020 and current scenario, is going to increase for sure. It's going to increase whatever the numbers you can see. The yellow color is going to be a saffron color soon, because as I mentioned that they are not only voting for the color, they are not voting only for people of Delhi voting for Sanatan, they are voting for the development. They have seen the performance of the current government as well as the government, those who's there in the center. So both the performance has been compared by the people of Delhi, and that's why they are voting. And it was not expected.
Kapil Mishra of the BJP, former Aam Aadmi Party. I'm sorry, I'll keep interrupting you as we stay with the big breakings. He's leading well on the BJP ticket. We have Durgesh Pathak leading in Rajendra Nagar. Rana, I would like you to focus on the graphics on your screen from Aam Aadmi Party. Well, there's some sort of a big news. It's coming in, a bit of a consolation there for Aam Aadmi Party. And from Delhi, another big lead coming from their one of their prominent leaders, Gopal Rai, in Babarpur constituency. These are the key candidates of Aam Aadmi Party who have maintained a slender lead, but a big setback for the Congress Party. Sandeep Dixit, son of former Chief Minister Sheila Dixit, he is trailing from his seat, and Manoj Kumar Tyagi from Karwal Nagar from Aam Aadmi Party is also trailing behind. Dibendu Mondal and Akshay Dongre of DD India are reporters on the ground. Dibendu is joining us live, so is Akshay from Gandhinagar. From the BJP, Arvind Singh Lovely, who has been flip-flopping from BJP, Congress as well as Aam Aadmi Party, finally leading from his constituency. Dibendu, Akshay, coming to you. Dibendu, you first. Well, as far as the early trends are concerned, it seems that BJP is comfortably placed in terms of crossing 40 mark. Although these are trends, what do you think this is indicative of? Is there a shift or change in mood?
Well, Sakal, of course, there's a massive shift in the mood of the people, which is being clearly shown in the result trends that we are getting live for all our viewers that are watching DD India. Of course, BJP is leading currently on 44 seats at the moment, and the Aam Aadmi Party is leading on 25. Is what we can report at the moment. Of course, at the BJP headquarters, the leaders seem confident. We have been talking speaking to a couple of leaders who have already come in to the BJP headquarters. They're preparing for a celebration here at the BJP headquarters once the result, in fact, once the trend turns into solid trends by about 12 this afternoon. So, of course, the BJP much to celebrate for the BJP here. They are coming, it seems that they are coming back to power in Delhi after 27 years. And, the Aam Aadmi Party, which had been ruling Delhi for almost a decade now, the people have, have cast their mandate, and it seems that the Aam Aadmi Party will have to take the exit from the Delhi Assembly this time around.
Okay, let's wait and see how these trends really convert into final numbers. We're not really jumping the gun here. Dubhendu, stay with us. Let's quickly go across to Akshay as always. Akshay, what do you have to say? Now, Aam Aadmi Party, if you look at the key candidates, they seem to be trailing as of now, including Arvind Kejriwal, including Manish Sisodia, including the Chief Minister, Atishi Marlena.
Well, Sakal, it's quite unfortunate for the Aam Aadmi Party that even their top leaders are also trailing. Now, there has been reports of infighting among these leaders as well. Jailing of Manish Sisodia, Arvind Kejriwal going to jail, then Atishi taking over, then the Aam Aadmi Party top leadership, Tryman again claiming that Atishi is just a temporary chief minister. That has really shaken up the party structure as well, and the people of Delhi who have been consistently voting for the Aam Aadmi Party in the last 3 elections, they also had their faith in the political party shaken up. Another major factor as far as this abysmal performance by the Aam Aadmi Party, which once considered Delhi as their bastion, is also because they started their politics after the anti-corruption movement, and the kind of allegations against their top leader Arvind Kejriwal of spending millions of dollars renovating his official residence really was a setback as far as his image is concerned in the public. Another issue was that the party had come into public with and they in fact initiated a new level of freebie politics in Indian politics, as far as free electricity is concerned, free water promises, as well as free buses to women. But the other political parties soon realized that what is going in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, and they also initiated a similar kind of full promises. So the advantage that the Aam Aadmi Party had was essentially over as soon as all the other political parties promised the same things that the Aam Aadmi Party was offering. Because
just Akshay, hold your thoughts. Akshay, hold your thoughts. Can we go back to the graphics, please? Now, we look at these key constituencies. Let's dive a little deeper. We are talking about New Delhi, Akshay. Now, New Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal is trailing there. He's pitted against Sandeep Dixit, who is also trailing from the Congress Party. It seems here BJP's Parvesh Verma has maintained a slender lead. The other important constituency we're looking at, Akshay, is Kalkaji, from where Atishi is trailing behind. So is Alka Lamba of the Congress as of now, and Ramesh Biduri of the BJP has maintained a slender lead. Akshay, you've been reporting from these key constituencies, particularly New Delhi, Kalkaji. Do you think this has been more of during the campaigning rhetoric versus real issues? But I want my water clean, I want no pollution, I don't want traffic jams. When I go to vote, these are the issues which are going to be on my mind, and that's exactly what the electorate has chosen.
Well, of course, these were the issues where the Aam Aadmi Party failed to deliver. If you look at the promises that the Aam Aadmi Party made as far as cleaning Yamuna River is concerned, shifting goalposts cannot always be the solution. Now, you cannot say that Haryana is polluting Yamuna and that is why we cannot clean it. So shifting responsibilities, shifting blames has been consistently done by the Aam Aadmi Party, be it the excise policy, be it the promises of making several lakes.
Akshay, I'm sorry, I'll interrupt you here. Stay with us. We're coming to you in a bit, but let me also get in Chakshu Roy, PRS Legislative, from PRS Legislative into discussion, looking at this. We're looking at this Delhi region, which has 7 plum seats, out of which BJP has maintained a good lead on 7, which also includes New Delhi and Kalkaji.
Sakal, early, the trends indicate that, there are some indications of voter preferences, and what I think the trends are highlighting is that, let's say if we are talking about New Delhi, I was just looking at the data, the participation in this election has not only by the voters but also by candidates. So Delhi, the New Delhi seat is actually, I think 15 or 16 candidates on the ballot. While
How this is spreading now?
Yeah. And I think as rounds get completed, I think first or the second round must be on right now. But I think as rounds start getting completed, we'll get to know a little bit more. Also, let's remember that Delhi has a large voter population. So it's not as if that just because the geographical area is small, the vote counting process is going to be quicker. It's just every machine has
there
only about...
There could be a possibility of catching up.
Every machine has about 1200 votes. Voting percentage has been high. So some things to look out for there. I think one interesting thing that we should also look at is that Delhi has roughly about 72 lakh women voters.
Yes, decisive.
And women voters, as we have seen in the general election and previous elections also, they've played a role in ensuring the victory of a political party or the defeat of a political party. And in this elections, in the campaign, we saw that every political party tried to woo the woman voter with different kinds of songs. The other interesting part that I would urge our viewers to think about is the fact that in this election, while we are talking about the Aam Aadmi Party, which is the incumbent, the BJP and the Congress, the capturing or the demand for votes or appealing to the votes of, let's say, the SC/ST voter is not only by these parties, it is also by parties like the BSP and the Chandrasekhar. So there are competing demands on voters to go out and express their choices. So and it's not an easy choice for the Delhi voter. All of us in the studio are Delhi voters, and one of the things that we realize is that the width of the road will determine as to whether that road is covered by the central government or the state government. So interesting choices for the Delhi voters there. But I think in about another half an hour, we should have some kind of an indication as to where the assembly polls are going.
Yeah, in 13 constituencies, as of now, BJP is leading on these 7 seats, which includes Kalkaji and New Delhi, as well as I think Jangpura also, because from there Manish Sisodia is trailing. Let me quickly go across to Dibendu and get a bit of a perspective on this BJP leading in trends, Dibendu, and here on the point of plump chunk of women voters. You'll be looking at good numbers of 72 lakh women voters in the national capital. Clearly emerging as a crucial demographic for political parties. How do you really see this, for the fact that we have seen how Aam Aadmi Party pledged to double the monthly cash transfer, they from 1,000 to 2,100, and then BJP made a comparable commitment of rupees 2,500 per month. Has this really made some sort of an impact?
Well, Sakal, as you rightly pointed out, that there could be some impact on the freebies that have been announced during the run-up to the polls. But having said this, women voters in Delhi have been voting differently. It is being seen through the trends that they did vote differently despite of the multiple freebies that the Aam Aadmi Party had to offer to the women voters of Delhi. It clearly shows that this might not have gone down well with the women voters of Delhi. And also, Sakal, not just this, the multiple issues of corruption that raged the Aam Aadmi Party over the last couple of years did seem to have played quite a big on the mind of the voters of Delhi. And also that the result, as the trend shows, that leaders like Manish Sisodia as well as Arvind Kejriwal trailing in the early trends do give us an indication that, because remember, Sakal, these were the two leaders who were put in jail on the allegations of misappropriation of funds and corruption. With regards to the excise policy. And the excise policy which was brought in by the Delhi government was protested by many women because of the simple fact that the excise policy allowed the opening of these liquor shops in the residential colonies, which was vehemently protested by
Correct.
the BJP and many women in the residential colonies. So perhaps this could have also played out in the minds of the people of Delhi, that instead of giving better roads, instead of giving clean water, the Delhi government, what they focused on was giving liquor to the people of Delhi and opening up liquor shops in residential colonies.
Okay.
So of course, these are some of the key factors that could have played on the minds of the people of the electorates of Delhi.
Yeah,
Sakar.
so here we'll have to just see. It's a matter of time whether Aam Aadmi Party will do some sort of a good catching up in terms of, even if it is in terms of the early trends of leads. They will. We will let's take a look at some numbers on our screens. The fact that Aam Aadmi Party actually faces 2 terms of anti-incumbency, will that be a factor? Okay, so Harish Khurana, the BJP candidate from Moti Nagar constituency, has expressed confidence. We're getting some reactions in BJP party's victory in upcoming elections. In fact, he said that the overwhelming support shows that BJP is poised to win more than 50 seats. Well, that's confidence, Sanjay Rana.
Yeah, absolutely.
50, more than 50.
Obviously, I'm taking where Mr. Roy finished it. When we talk about the women voter, we need to look at how Delhi voted in 2020, which is very, very important. So if you look at divided,
दिल्ली के लोगों ने 10 साल अरविंद केजरीवाल के हाथों झेली है। आज दिल्ली की जनता अरविंद केजरीवाल से बड़ा बदला लेने जा रही है और इसलिए दिल्ली में बड़ा बदलाव होगा। मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बड़े बहुमत की सरकार दिल्ली में बन रही है और इसके बाद हम दिल्ली के विकास की नई कहानी लिखेंगे। ये हमारा वादा दिल्ली के लोगों से है।
Another BJP MLA from Greater Kailash, Shikha Rai, has also expressed confidence in his party's win, emphasizing that the BJP's focus has been on development, stability and progress, and the BJP will definitely clinch victory.
बहुत ही अच्छी मेजॉरिटी से, अच्छे मार्जिन से पूर्णतः आश्वस्त हूँ कि दिल्ली में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार आ रही है। कोई माने या न माने, लेकिन ये आंकड़े जनता के मन को टटोल करके लिए गए हैं और जो वोटर का ट्रेंड रहा है 5 फरवरी को, जिसमें महिलाओं ने भरपूर वोट किया है, जिसमें जो वोट करने जा रहा था वो उत्साह के साथ बता रहा था कि वो इस बार परिवर्तन ला करके रहेगा, तो उन्हीं बातों के आधार पर मैं ये कह सकती हूँ कि बहुत अच्छे मार्जिन से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी।
So now let's take a look at the kind of capital contest that has been on card for Delhi. 3-corner fight. We are looking at some key candidates and key constituencies from Jangpora. BJP's candidate Tarvinder Singh Marwa is leading, whereas Congress's and Aam Aadmi Party's candidates, including Sisodia, they are trailing behind. Another key constituency, Kalkaji. Atshi Marlena, the incumbent chief minister, trailing. So is Alka Lamba of the Congress party, while Ramesh Baduri of the BJP is also confidently positioned in that particular seat in terms of lead. Another very, very important seat, New Delhi. It was a tight contest between Parvesh Verma, son of the former chief minister. Then you have the former chief minister of Delhi pitted against the son of another former chief minister of Delhi, where there also BJP is leading. Another one in East Delhi, Patpatganj, BJP's Ravinder Singh Negi maintaining a good lead against his rivals from Aam Aadmi Party as well as Congress party. After Patpatganj, we take a look at Jangpora. We spoke about this. They have not even opened their account, and you have there's a very thin line between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party in the minority-dominated areas, where the Muslims and Delhi Dalit population of the capital. Many experts would say that this has been a crucial vote bank also for all the parties.
Sakal, obviously it's very surprising when Delhi election started. I was expecting that Congress will do better, at least somewhere around 10 to 12 seats. I was expecting, to be honest.
Government-dominated areas, again, BJP is there. Yeah. I'm not talking about the government dominating area. When we talk about the minority area, we need to look at the number percentage. How many percentage Muslims are there, how they have voted. So this time, the most of the, obviously we have seen the visuals, we have seen the reports and seen the TV debates as well. Lot of Muslim, I would say women, as well as the Muslim community has voted. I am not saying they voted, one-sidedly, but at least 8 to 10% voted for the BJP, because end of the day, Pahari-dominated areas.
Pahari-dominated
10 and 3. We were talking about the Purvanchal factor earlier. So, this is moving very fast. Sanjay, very quickly, and then I have to go to debate.
When we talk about the Purvanchal, obviously everyone was bagging on Purvanchalis. Obviously, they're dominating almost 29 seats. But actually, who has done work for the Purvanchals? I don't see Aam Aadmi Party has done any work for the Purvanchals. They have been talking about Purvanchalis, but not delivered what were expected. And no doubt, the kind of candidate selection, the kind of result which Mr. Modi has delivered in last 10 years, making impact for sure. And that's why result is coming.
18 and 10. Now, what is Purvanchal? They're spread out in the peripheries of Delhi, including the areas in Northeast Delhi, North Delhi, and Northwest Delhi. Punjabi-dominated areas, very interesting. Except for the BJP, none of the other two parties have even managed to open their account. Now, this is interesting. Chakshu, does this surprise you?
In politics, nothing surprises.
Yes. Okay, let's go to, well, I don't know what to read in that reaction, but because we were talking about the upbeat mood in the BJP camp, Dibyendu, over to you, quick one. Take us through what are you listening, hearing, and what is this lead they are attributing to, the reasons?
Well, Sakal, of course, the mood here is exuberant also because of the fact that it is the BJP, as we have been talking about, coming back to power after 27 years. The leaders seem confident that the seat tally of the BJP would remain somewhere between 50 to 55 is what they are saying. Their internal survey of the BJP also do project that the BJP could get something above 50 seats, and they are very, very confident that this time around the
BJP has touched 50 mark in terms of maintaining that consolidated lead. Now the numbers, it's only 9:32 by studio clock. So they've already touched 50 leads out of 70. That's huge. That's huge.
That's right. That's right, absolutely. And the BJP, the leadership of the BJP says that the numbers could hold by 50 to 55 is what the BJP leaders say. Their internal survey also do project that the numbers to be around that particular figure which we are currently showing, which is between 50 to 55. So of course, the mood here is exuberant. The BJP is expecting to have a celebration once the lead solidifies into numbers as the day progresses.
Dibyendu, hold your thoughts. We have these full frame graphics in 2025. As of now, BJP leading on 50 seats out of 70, where in 2020 they were just leading on 8 seats. The numbers are not even comparable. What has happened in these 5 years? It seems a lot of water has passed under the bridge in these 5 years. Now, Aam Aadmi Party in 2025, they were leading on 19. In 2020, they were much better poised, leading on 62 seats. Congress Party completely decimated even in terms of numbers in 2025, in terms of leads. I mean, only leading in 1 seat. Can we find out which seat that is? And this is how the numbers are stacked as of now. BJP have crossed halfway mark comfortably in terms of trends, in terms of early leads. They've almost touched 50, where Aam Aadmi Party are leading on 20 seats. Congress is leading on 1, and others, independents, have not even opened their account. Dibyendu, please finish your point and we can go to Akshay after that. Dibyendu, interestingly, the government employees dominated area, the Punjabi dominated areas, the minority dominated areas, all these psephological divisions we look at, it's the BJP, it's the saffron spread, even the Purvanchal ones.
Well, Sakal, the BJP had been working very hard in these particular areas for the last couple of years. And it did, the BJP's, the Purvanchali leaders like Manoj Tiwari have been putting in a lot of effort in these Purvanchali dominated areas, which are mostly settled in the outer skirts of Delhi, including Northwest Delhi and East Delhi, where we have the majority of these Purvanchali voters. And the results can be clearly seen now that which was once dominated by the Aam Aadmi Party in the last two, in fact, in the last 2.5 elections, I would say. And why I say half is because in the first term, Aam Aadmi Party did win the election and formed a government with the Congress, but they could not sustain for more than 12 months. So, of course, the BJP worked very, very hard over the last couple of years, ensuring that this vote, which was considered as the solid vote bank of the Aam Aadmi Party, translated and transferred their vote to the BJP. And the BJP seems that they have been successful in doing that. They put in efforts, they put in their Purvanchali leaders from across India to galvanize the vote, to campaign for the party before the election as well as during the election. So, of course, the results could be clearly seen as far as the government areas, which is particularly the New Delhi constituency. And this will be a major setback for the Aam Aadmi Party if Arvind Kejriwal, who is currently trailing, loses the election to Pravesh Verma. And BJP's Pravesh Verma, who was a sitting MP from the West Delhi constituency, could come out as a giant killer because, the Aam Aadmi Party perhaps would have to do a lot of questioning within themselves that why a leader like that of Arvind Kejriwal, on whose wave the Aam Aadmi Party
Correct.
was born and rode for the last 10 to 15 years, is trailing from that particular seat. So, of course, for the Aam Aadmi Party, a lot of questioning and looking back into what have gone wrong. And for the BJP, at the moment, celebration on the cards.
BJP ahead in 7 seats in the minority-dominated areas. Chakshu, there's a clear shift in the mood.
It's interesting. Secondly, if we look at...
Finally, you find something interesting here.
No.
Because you said anything can be possible. Yeah.
But that's what it is, right?
Yeah,
the politics
right.
is the art of the impossible.
Impossible,
Right?
absolutely.
And whether it is coalition building, whether it is getting people to go along with you, politics is the art of the impossible.
BJP making inroads in minority-dominated areas.
Now, I think the interesting question is, I don't think that's happening for the first time. Even in the last election, in the 23
Hello.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
In the 23 odd seats, there were seats that we saw that BJP did make inroads and their vote share increased in many of those seats. Is that an extension of what happened in the last elections? We'll wait and watch, because my guess is that about 5,000 odd votes would have been counted or the results for about 5,000 votes have been certain by the ECI so far. But a larger point that I wanted to make earlier, and I think Sanjay could weigh in there, is the fact that this entire exercise is going to be about electing MLAs to the Delhi Legislative Assembly, and data seems to indicate that in the last 5 years, the Delhi Legislative Assembly did not meet for more than 74 days. Okay. So while all of us as voters have gone ahead and exercised our franchise, our representatives did not go to the assembly, work for more than 3 hours a day in those 74 days over a period of 5 years. So irrespective of which political party forms the government, I think one thing that we would expect our public representatives to do is to strengthen our voices in the Legislative Assembly. That's the reason that we are electing them for. And whichever way the trends go, I think as Delhi electorate, one of the things that we would want is for people to look at the manifesto and say, this is what you promised. Now will this translate into governance for the next 5 years?
Even in SC seats, Sanjay, there were 12 in the fray, out of which it's a 50-50 situation between Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. What I want to understand from you, now Aam Aadmi Party as of now, in terms of leads, they are on 19. Okay, this is how Delhi's SC seats look like, 8 and 4, and Congress is nowhere in the reckoning also here. So Arvind Kejriwal as the key face, Aam Aadmi Party held significant strengths, one of the most prominent political figures in Delhi, the way they emerged in the political circuit a decade ago. And they maintained power for a decade largely due to their populist schemes. Now, even if we look at these trends, it's dwindling, the numbers are really coming down for them.
Sakal, please understand, we need to understand
it's the corruption-tainted Aam Aadmi Party?
Various things. When they've started in 2013, obviously people of Delhi has given them chance to form a government, and obviously it was not a majority, and again they have given a chance in 2015. And when it was a 2020 election, Arvind Kejriwal came back and said, we could not able to get the chance or enough time to deliver whatever the promises they have made. So again, Delhi people has given a chance to Aam Aadmi Party. But look at the 10 years tenure. Whatever the promises been made in 2015 could not able to deliver in 2024. I'm talking about the Yamuna cleaning. He made the statement in 2020 election, before the election, that give me another chance, by 2025 I'll get it done, but nothing has been done. Look at the promises made for CCTV camera, whether it's for the school and whether it's for hospital, whether for infrastructure. Look at all the promises couldn't able to meet. And second thing, how is this party has been formed? It's formed corruption, India against corruption. So it was against the corruption. When you are talking about the corruption and you are going and forming doing a handshake with a corrupt party leader in the and the leaders those who are dent or have allegation on the corruption, then how can people of Delhi or anyone going to believe you? That is the major thing. Second thing, obviously, this one, liquor gate case, and third one is your Sheesh Mahal. Whatever the promise you are making or what the statement you are making contradictory with your results. So that is a fourth thing which happened.
Okay, I'm getting some interesting numbers. Dipendu, can we go to Dipendu? Let's take a look at the Muslim majority seats in early trends. Balimaran, Okhla and Mustafabad. Balimaran used to be once a Congress's bastion. Here, their candidates are trailing behind. Aam Aadmi Party's and Congress's candidates are trailing behind. Okhla is what we are looking at. Amanatullah Khan from Aam Aadmi Party, Aribia Khan from Congress, and we go back to the Balimaran also and Mustafabad. Dipendu, this is a big shift in mood, in sentiment, and at the end of the day, not the rhetoric, but the real issues. That's what the voters have, and they've chosen BJP this time.
Sakal, this clearly the results that we're showing clearly shows that in the minority-dominated areas as well, the shift in the voter base did take place, and which is why we see in the early trends that the BJP is leading from these particular seats. And also, remember, Amanatullah Khan have been charged with multiple issues, with multiple charges over the last couple of years, which is why he had been in jail, and then the counter allegation by multiple from the Aam Aadmi Party, while the BJP says that the charges, it is up to the investigating agencies to decide. So, of course, but when it comes to votes, it seems that the charges or the allegation that have been made against the BJP did not hold in these minority areas. And remember, Sakal, in some of these areas are also those particular areas which were affected by the Delhi riots of 2020, and since then we have been seeing that there is a shift in the mood of the electorate.
The Aam Aadmi Party, the former chairman of the Delhi Waqf Board, is trailing from his key constituencies. Okhla from Balimaran, Congress's Harun Yusuf, very interesting there. Chakshu, 5-time MLA and 3-time minister in Delhi government.
One of the surprising things that we've seen this morning is that this election was being talked about as a three-cornered contest between the incumbent.
Was there a third corner really looking at the trends?
So that's what I'm saying, that at the beginning of the elections or during the election campaign, there were conversations around a three-cornered contest, and it was the third corner that was then supposed to determine as to what would be the outcome of the election results. It seems that, as you're saying,
third corner has straightened up completely. It's a linear contest.
It's a linear contest. And in the absence of that third corner contest, the question that many of us will be discussing towards the latter half of the day is that in a direct contest, what did the voter think about the incumbent government, and why did they go ahead and choose a replacement, if that is what they did? Now, that has implications not only for Delhi, but it has implications for Delhi's surrounding areas, because the Aam Aadmi Party's footprint extends to Punjab. They're trying to do some things in Haryana. So it will be interesting as to what does it mean for the politics in this entire region, whether it is Himachal, whether it is Punjab, Haryana, Delhi. So I would urge us to think about these election results not only from the Delhi context, which is obviously the immediate implication, but also about as to what will be the voters' preferences in the elections in the upcoming states when they happen in the surrounding areas.
Now, voters' preferences. Interestingly, Kalkaji, high-profile constituency where Atashi Marlena is pitted against Alka Lamba of the Congress party, and Ramesh Buduri of the BJP. And by the way, Ramesh Buduri is leading in that seat. Atashi had Sanjay won the seat in 2020 by a huge margin of 11,393 votes. There's a clear decline in the popularity. There's a clear decline in preference. And here Atashi, the incumbent chief minister of Delhi.
I would not call her a chief minister. Obviously, is a remote control chief minister. When you herself is making the statement in the press as well as in general public meeting that Arvind Kejriwal is everything.
But these were her own romping
Yeah,
grounds.
absolutely.
Yes.
And when we talk about the image, obviously, image has been dented badly. Look at the Mr. Kejriwal. He's trailing. Face of Aam Aadmi Party is trailing. Then how can we think that Atishi is going to win the election? And Atishi, if you look at the last 5-year tenure of Atishi, she could not able to do anything which can charm people of her constituency as well as people of Delhi. When you become a chief minister, you have a power. You need to do the work for which you have been assigned and the responsibility is given to you. But she could not able to do it because complete Aam Aadmi Party always busy in fighting with centre as well as LG. They could have been focus on their work. I would say not 100% work, at least 30-40% work. Then scenario would have been different. Why these all three leaders are trailing? Because they have been a face of Aam Aadmi Party, and somehow people of Delhi realize that yes, whatever the allegations are there on Aam Aadmi Party party leader Arvind Kejriwal, Atishi or Mr. Sisodiya are somehow are involved in that. So image is very important in as Mr. Roy mentioned, is very important. Perception and image building is very important in any election. It is, and look at the result is completely coming out. Yes, image has been dented. He's been vented, and again perception which Bharatiya Janata Party able to do it.
The change in perception is also applicable in the New Delhi constituency. Let's shift focus to New Delhi constituency, another very high profile seat. Prestige battle, New Delhi constituency graphics please. Arvind Kejriwal's bastion, he's trailing behind, and this is the same seat he has been winning since 2013. He's facing a tough challenge from BJP's Parvesh Verma. Interesting battle there, Chaksha. I want you to come in here. Now, Sandeep Dixit, he's also trailing, both sons of the former chief ministers. Interestingly, in 2020, Kejriwal won the same seat by a huge margin of 21,000 votes.
So, there are 2 or 3 things that are key and which you have alluded to in your remarks, which is all the 3 candidates that we are talking about in this particular constituency have extensive experience both politically and legislatively. Mr. Sandeep Dixit has been a former member of parliament, Mr. Parvesh Verma has been a former member of parliament, and Mr. Kejriwal.
And political legacy minus Arvind Kejriwal. Yes.
And Mr. Kejriwal, so I would keep the legacy question aside, because one of the things that if you notice across, we were talking about Harun Yusuf, we were talking about Atishi, across, one of the things that we've seen is that the political ecosystem is roughly the same in Delhi, which would have existed, let's say, about a decade ago. Things haven't shaken up that much. So what it indicates is that the voter has had time to look at these candidates, make up their mind and say, oh, you know what, this is not a new candidate that I'm evaluating a candidate for somebody who's been around. They might not have been in that constituency. So, for example, Mr. Sisodiya has shifted his constituencies. They might not have. He's also trailing, but he might not have been from that constituency, but voters are aware as to what is the work that has been done and what their public represent or what their candidate stands for. So it'll be interesting. I think these numbers should shift, again just a little bit up and down, because I think voting round would be now at maybe second or the third round is what I'm estimating. Okay. The voting percentage this time around was about 60%. So we should be able to by about 10:30, I think we should have clarity on as to exactly what would.
You still feel that there could be some sort of big catching up by Aam Aadmi Party?
No, I'm not saying catching up or not catching up. I'm just saying that what the trends show are trends. Correct. And we should take them at face value as trends.
As they convert it into numbers and results.
And as they convert it into numbers and results, we'll get a better clarity to be able to talk about them in much more authority.
Because we'll have a crystallized picture and how this has actually panned out or happened for the BJP, even if these are early trends, converting into win for the BJP. And if that is the win, if that translates into win, that's unprecedented and historic, because in that case, BJP will be coming back to power we are saying will be if this translates into win after a long gap of 27 years. Let's now go back to some reactions that are continuously pouring in from the BJP camp. And yes, they have all the reasons to declare a win of sorts for themselves. The BJP's Bharatiya Janata Party is leading in early trends. Delhi's BJP President Virendra Sachdeva on your screens. He offered prayers at Lord Hanuman Temple at Delhi's Connaught Place, the central Delhi, while counting is underway. He also says that people have voted against corruption. Let's listen in.
दिल्ली में भ्रष्टाचार एक बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा था और दिल्ली में लोगों ने भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ वोट किया। देखिए, जो जनता के साथ धोखा करेगा, जनता उसके साथ ऐसे ही बर्ताव करेगी।
Yes, Devendu, coming to you now. Congress ruled the national capital for 3 terms under Sheila Dikshit, and her son until 2013. Of course, after that we saw a decline, which was a perhaps very consistent decline, and now in 25 it seems that they have completely decimated. They have been hoping for redemption. You know, we in Delhi studio, we've been talking about, has this really been a 3-cornered contest? Because it seems that the 3rd corner has been completely flattened out, and it's turned out to be a linear contest between the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party. Your take?
Well, Sakal, yes, the Congress was hoping to get some number of seats this time around, but the result or perhaps the trend shows that it's just with 1. But what perhaps could have happened with the Congress trying to revive itself in Delhi is eating into the Aam Aadmi Party votes. Of course, you know, the Aam Aadmi, a large chunk of the voters that shifted from to the Aam Aadmi Party were Congress voters, because if you see the last 2 to 3 terms as result, the BJP had been able to retain their 32 to 35% vote bank consistently since 2013. So this clearly indicates that the Aam Aadmi Party voter base, much of it has shifted to the Congress. However, it did not translate into seats, but it did dampen the Aam Aadmi Party. And of course, the BJP is increasing not just its numbers, but also the voter percentage. But having said this, yes, the Congress have not been able to revive itself much, but even then, I think the Congress will be somewhere happy if this one seat, even this one seat becomes a solid result, because over the last 2 terms, the Congress had no candidates in the Delhi Assembly. However, they were hoping that they could get about 3 to 4 of their candidates winning and going to the Delhi Assembly, but even then. But Sakal, if you see the voting percentage, and of course, after the results are over, we'll have a clear analysis on it. We would definitely see that the voting percentage of the Congress has increased as compared to the last 2 terms, which is why the Aam Aadmi Party's voting percentage will be declining. And much of the Congress, Aam Aadmi Party's voter base has shifted to the Congress. And of course, this is also perhaps one of the reasons why the BJP is doing exceptionally well in the minority-dominated areas. Because the minorities who were earlier with the Aam Aadmi Party have fragmented and shifted, some to the BJP and some to the Congress. So of course, BJP will be gaining from these seats because the voter base of the Aam Aadmi Party have fragmented and shifted both to the BJP as well as to the Congress.
Very quickly, the infighting between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, it seems, do you think it has, both have paid sort of price for that? They could have fought it as a unified battle. You have Rahul Gandhi attacking Aam Aadmi Party for its failures to deliver. Then you have Aam Aadmi Party's Atashi Marlena, who, by the way, is trailing behind in her Kalkaji constituency, calling Congress and BJP single team. I mean, that is something which never existed, and it's backfired completely, very quickly.
Well, of course, Sakal, this is, of course, one of the key, very important point why the Aam Aadmi Party has not been able to do well in Delhi this time around. Because of the lack of coordination, or perhaps a lack of pact between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. Both fought the 2024 Lok Sabha election together, but when it came to Delhi election, they parted ways. And Rahul Gandhi as well as Priyanka Gandhi have attacked the Aam Aadmi Party over water issues, over the issue of pollution, and their camp, the India camp, which was formed before the 2024 election, have been fragmented and falling apart during this election. So the voter had lost confidence in the Aam Aadmi Party, of course, and also in the Congress, which the voter had not been showing confidence over the last 2 terms.
Lack of confidence and the trust deficit is pretty much like a writing on the wall for Aam Aadmi Party. If at all, Dibyendu and Sanjay and Chakshu, if these early trends convert into results finally on the same lines. And we need to wrap up this leg of this special broadcast. But before that, let's see how these numbers are stacked as of now. Even if these are early trends, it's the BJP which has maintained a consolidated and comfortable lead in 46 seats, way beyond majority mark, and Aam Aadmi Party leading on 24 seats, where Congress, it seems, has only been has only some one seat that they are leading. That's how now a comparison on your screen from 2025 to 2020. BJP were leading on just 8, and they've grown like multiple times in 2025, leading on 45. And by the way, BJP camp seems to be upbeat, targeting 50. Even if these are early trends, BJP has all the reasons to be happy as of now. With that, we need to wrap it up here. And I'm going to quickly thank Chakshu and Sanjay. It was such a pleasure talking to you. As they say, it's never over till it's actually over. So we will wait for the final results. But the special broadcast on DD India continues. On the other side, my colleague Shubhendu will join us. Please stay with us.